Shalom, shalom. Call him like how about Shem Shai Bashim Kakodash, double answer the others, impossible great millstone, shalom to the 144,000. I'm Baratazat. This lesson's edifying and straight to the point. And the title of this lesson is probably going to be the sectors of the economy, as you can see. And forgive me for this blurry picture, but it is an informative chart or, infograph, however you want to call it. Which is sectors of the economy, which is the different things which boosts our economy or hold it back or add and aid and take away from. These are the main components which drives the force of the economy, which drives, the workforce and the dollar and, the whole circulation of money, because money has to go around for money to be made. And it's broken down into four major parts: primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary, if I'm pronouncing these correctly. And now you can see raw materials like steel, wood, lumber. You got finished goods like, when you have lumber, you have a finished product, so forth and so on, Bear with me, Babu Kasha. You have a finished product of, whatever you're making, like a carpenter may be making, a stable, whatever the case may be. Service sector is like the different servicing what you're doing within these different things. So we'll go through it and we'll speak about how all of these things are affected in Babylon today, because of the strength of the dollar, man. The dollar has fallen and it is falling, and every day it's going to continue to get weaker. People believe everything's inflated, but really your spending power is just now less these days. Reason being is because, you got these different countries which were afraid of America at one point, right? Now, these different countries are they're dividing against America through the BRICS nation, through different coalitions, through not using their dollar to do business. So this place is no longer feared as it used to be. It's no longer the bully of the earth because the Lord is slowly breaking this place down, obviously. So with raw materials, these things have gone up since the C-19, because it's harder to get things from one place to another. It's harder to extract different goods from one place to another because these things would strike war in these different places which have raw material. They're not on the same accord, as they were today. So it costs more to transport it. It costs more to produce it. It costs more to extract it. It costs more to change it into another form. You got farming and fishing. Obviously, these things have risen up in prices. Why? Because the manufacturing of these different machineries like the John Deeres and things of that sort, they're leaving America because this place is costing too much. They're outsourcing their labor to Mexico. So therefore, that's going to affect, the farmers here and whatever producers that are here. It's going to cause a change in the supply and demand, Oops, lock you for the noise. And then you got the manufacturing, the utilities like the electricity and gas and construction. All of these things have also gone up because you have to understand with the sectors of the economy, even though wood would seem very far from electricity, they all are intertwined. They're all in the pack. They all drive one another. If one is completely fucked up, it's gonna cause a disaster to the other. Like the tech industry is laying off a lot of people. That's causing a lot of people to not have work, and that's causing pretty much, a destruction in the economy. Because now these people are seeking other jobs, but yet you have all these immigrants coming in, a mass influx, and the people that are getting laid off, they can't substitute their jobs, So therefore, they're struggling. That was just an example, And when it comes to the manufacturing, the gas, it's obvious because we're in wars and we're in rumors of wars with these different countries, like the Lord prophesied in Matthew 24. We're in different wars, right? And when you're in wars and these different places are not using your dollars and there's all these problems, these people are not going to give us gas how they used to. They're not going to give us oil how they used to. So the prices are going to go up due to, what's the term? Bear with me. Sanctions, And let's look up that word sanction real quick. Sanction means a threatened penalty to disobeying a law or rule, official permission, or approval for an action. So you're imposing these different laws and rules upon these different nations which have resources, because Babylon the Great doesn't create everything. Yeah, it's a big bully, and yeah, it was the biggest bully at one point, but it's not the god of the earth. It doesn't have everything. It's a major importing country. This place relies heavily on import when it comes to food and many other different resources. This place doesn't produce every damn thing. That's why you have so many ships, trains, and different things that move across the United States, because they have to be imported in. Whether if it's coming from China. We know Europe is a bottomless pit, which doesn't have a lot of resources at all. So whether if it's coming from Africa or a lot of these Caribbean countries, fruits, vegetables, grains, they got to be imported in. So let's get a few scriptures. Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? Who's him? Babylon. And the taunting proverb against him, saying, woe to him that increaseth, in which that is not his. How long? To him that latheth himself with thick clay. And when you go to that word clay, it's obviously speaking about debt. Many brothers have gone into this, we know that. But, pretty much, these nations, they're glad now, because they're like, how long? Because this place has been living in deliciousness. They've been living in ease almost their entire lives, and they've been causing the rest of these different nations, which they're against, to not live as easy, because everything has been backed by the dollar. But the dollar is no longer the main source of trading in petroleum. It went from the gold standard to the petrodollar. But that's the whole reason of the BRICS, so they could use other people's money or other currencies when they're trading petroleum, So it's not as strong. And these people, they've done this so they could pretty much release the shackles and the poverty, within their nations. Because how could you have so much resources to offer, but yet you're not the number one in power, when your resources is vital to the most powerful, or some of the most powerful countries on the earth? It says destruction. Whoa, that means destruction to him that increaseth in that which is not his. They're increasing in all this different resources. That's not theirs. It don't belong to them. But the Edomites, they've had the sword for a long time, which is their blessing, and they live by it, and they're going to die by that sword, man. The Lord's going to use, ICBM nuclear missiles, which, their Edomite counterparts have came up with, the Germans, the Temanites, the wise men of Teman, the Oppenheimers, the scientists who blow up the Smith with the coal. That's going to be their demise. Y'all thought y'all was so advanced. You guys were the first to come up with these things, and you guys are the only one that's ever gonna hold power and have money and have weapons. Well, now look, now your enemies have more weapons than you. Now your enemies have more advancement than you. They're more advanced than you. Now some of your friends that you believe were friends are gonna turn their backs on you. Because you're not that bully no more. And the people here, they're not as patriotic as they used to be at all, man, because they've realized the lies and the deception of this place, But that's also why the scriptures speak about Revelation. They shall wail, the merchants shall be on the sea. Let me see if I can get that, because this place has made a lot of money. They shall wail. Bear with me. The kings of the earth, Revelation 18:9, the kings of the earth, which is who? The Saudis, the princes of the Dubais, the Emirates, the Chinese, the Qataris, the Kuwaits, the Jordanians, the Israelis, the UKs, these different members of the elite, these different ruling classes who've done great business, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, pretty much following this place's ways, being in bed with this place, doing business, doing whatever this place says in the name of money, and live deliciously with her, because, they lived it up. They had the best of the best, they ate the best of the best, they had slaves, this, that, and the third. Shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see her smoke of her burning. Why? Because that's their money going down. That's their power going down. We know the God of this earth is Mammon right now. We know the true Heavenly Father is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. He's in control of all. But the God of these people, the wicked, these people that care about nothing but money, power, respect, is mammon for them. That's why we got to be single-eyed. We can't get caught up in, finances too much. The Lord going to provide for us, speaking myself first and foremost. Of course, the flesh is going to, be weak. The spirit indeed is willing, though, money has to be, of course this is a defense, but that has kind of have to be the least of our worries, especially the times we're coming into with this thing just weakening. The Lord is going to protect us and he's going to provide for us. And that's what we're going to lean on, because in the name of money, a lot of people about to lose their lives real soon. They're about to rob a lot of people. A lot more people about to get killed because they're going to feel they stomach touching their back. A lot of people are not willing to live uncomfortable, especially in America, man. You live in a 5-bedroom house, your house always AC'd up. You never live in a third world country, a developing country where you didn't have 24 hours of electricity, mosquitoes fucking biting your ass. You got to go a little further to go get your water. You got to pump your water out of somewhere. You got to take a shower outside. You ain't got heated this. You ain't got refrigerated that. You ain't got the best of foods. You ain't got no grocery store. You ain't got no paved roads. You ain't got a car to go everywhere. You ain't taking trips and flights. You ain't got all these different drugs and medications. You ain't got no doctor visits, none of that, no affection. Yeah, Babylon the Great is in for everything besides a treat, I want to go to the book of 2nd Ezra, after speaking about the sectors of the economy that are hit. And as we can see, we can continue on this chart. When we go to the service sector, it reads, I can't even read this shit, it's so damn blurry, dog. But it speaks about communication, the financial services. Hey, the stock market just fucking got plummeted. And because America is such a powerhouse when it comes to money on the earth, and the Lord is showing this place and showing us that this place is touchable, man. A lot of people believe this place was untouchable for a very long time. USA or what's the other patriotic sayings? America is the greatest. There's no this is the land of the free, the home of the brave. Nah, man, this place is touchable. And because you guys touch the apple of the Lord's eye, which is the elect right now, and the nation of Israel, hey, the Lord's about to, do this place wrong. You guys about to see the finalization of this place. It's all coming down to you because y'all forwarded the affliction, man. Y'all kept going harder, even though, our punishment wasn't supposed to be that bad, man. Buck breaking. Y'all just kept going. Y'all didn't give the Israelites no break, but this is all part of prophecy. This is a catch-22. You guys had to do this because the Lord wanted to do y'all bad, man. And this is called indignation, righteous anger. So y'all getting payback. Communications, you see, what they call it, EMP attacks. You got these different, the other day, Delta just lost, I believe, several $1 million, several hundred millions of dollars because of, it wasn't an EMP attack, but it was some sort of cyber attack, So these different things are being affected, and these different things cost. They're not free. You got these different cables which run under the sea, which connects a lot of the different regions of the earth. I can't figure the name out right now. They're cables, fiber optic cables that run under the sea grounds. Them Yemenis, they cut some a few months ago, and that affected AT&T. So we're gonna see a lot of these different ways of destruction. This is all gradualism. It's not going to happen overnight. This place is going to be destroyed overnight when the missiles drop, because it don't take a lot for a missile to destroy something. It don't take many missiles. It don't take a long time for something to be destroyed by a missile. But we're about to see this place pretty much fall down day by day. Since the time Yahushua pretty much, took off. Hey, the end has begun. And it's rapidly increasing in speed. It says hospitality and leisure. Hey, all that is hand in hand. Informative technology, real estate. Hey, we already know what's going on with the real estate. If you ain't bought a house now, you ain't never gonna be able to buy a house. And I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer, but if you haven't bought a house now, if you're not selling a house, if you don't own a house, and you're not gonna sell your house, you don't have the means. And it's not even worth it. It's not even a wise thing to buy a house right now. So let me get a few more scriptures. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth to sow it. Most men are going to be at war. Most men are going to be dead. Everyone's going to be going from one place to another, trying to get up out of a place. So the area which you see now, all beautifully taken care of with the landscape, the trees looking all good and trimmed up, it's not going to be taken care of, man. These things are going to grow branches, and it's going to look like a damn forest. You're going to be like, damn, no one's been here forever. It's like, this is the neck of the woods. It's the boondocks. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. So people are going to be very apart from each other because, the elect, we already know they're going to be as pilgrims upon the earth. And everyone else, they're going to be in their different pods, like you see these different movies where shit in the fan and ain't nobody gathering in the city, going downtown to Times Square when shit the fan. Everybody in their different quarters trying to protect themselves and their families and trying to hunt, They're trying to hunt something. Their next meal, their next body, their next prey. For a city, and it's going to be very few people in different regions, man. And, the city's going to be crazy because it's always packed with people, compared to the country, so a lot of people going to die, via the judgments. It says because of the lack of bread, men's going to raise sword upon one another. For of a city there shall be 10 left, 2 of a field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. As in orchards of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. You read that, man. These are these different apocalyptic movies where men are searching your different houses and gunning people down. Because, it's either going to be the hunted or the hunt. Or the hunted or the hunter versus the hunted. You either get or you get got. Left or you go right. You get left or you go right, man. You go right and you get left. The earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man hath traveled there through. Because when you have business, when you have cities, when you have a thriving economy, these different things can be taken care of. It's a luxury to have your grass mowed, your trees taken care of, and, snakes not about, gators in their own habitation. You got the animal control, you got the city limitations, you got all these different these codes that you have to abide by. That's to keep everything intact. You have a trash system and all that, the ecosystem, people that watch all that, these different scientists, all these different sectors of the economy. But once this dollar falls, everyone's gonna be worrying about them damn selves. You think a policeman is gonna be working for free, voluntarily, in the name of the city, in the love of the city? No, they're humans too, man. They care about money the same way you care about money. You ain't gonna go to work for free. So you think they're gonna go to work for free and leave their family behind and be less of a man? Absolutely not. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. Ain't gonna be no men here. The woman shall mourn, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So the women here are gonna be forsaken, and a lot of women, they're gonna go to war. Apostle Hart mentioned that yesterday, man. A lot of you tough women, the strong black women, the independent women, the this woman, the super woman, what's that saying? I am woman, hear me roar. All you different sectors of fucking strong people, you bold and badasses, y'all are about to be humbled, man. And the wars, their bridegroom shall be destroyed, their husband shall be perished of famine. So you going to war, you getting ready to join these different military sectors, you're not coming back, man. Give your people a good big hug and tell them you'll see them in the kingdom of heaven on the other side. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So we understand these different things which the Lord speak of. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. So don't believe these false gods that the Lord warned us about. Don't go on to them. Listen to what the Lord has told us, which is this truth, this word and understanding. And only the elect is going to understand this. You can force this down anyone's throat. They're only going to get some of it, and they may not get any of it. And even if they understand it, the Lord could take it away from them as soon as you leave. As soon as you're done speaking. Because we're on the highways and byways. We making sense to a lot of people, even though we don't make sense to the majority. But some people we make sense to, they're not the elect. They leave. That shit escapes their mind because a lot of people don't want to deal with reality, man. Reality is nasty for some, but that's how reality fucks you in the ass, man. You're not paying attention to the signs of the times. The Lord not having that spirit of diligence on you and I'm trying to make a different word, but the spirit of being circumspect and being spiritually prepared, because to the shallow minded, we're talking doom and gloom and we're Debbie Downers, this, that, and the third, but really, we, through the fear of the Lord, we're trying to do our best to stay diligent and on point because we know that this thing's going to come up on a thief in the night. And a lot of people are going to know death by pain. A lot of people think death is going to be so easy and it's just everyone's going to die anyways. Hey, man, you got nuclear missiles coming to fucking destroy people. And you have the other side of people that are not going to be destroyed, which are the elect. And they're going to be the rulers of the earth. They're going to be the first fruits of heaven. Which side would you rather be on? Of course, it's not. It's easy it's a lot easier to be wicked, but it's a lot more that comes with that shit, that you're not trying to deal with. Of course, it takes some responsibility or a lot of responsibility to be righteous and to want to do better, but it's a lot of good benefits that come with it, man. There's nothing but good benefits that come with it, Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and they are not slack. So, hey, though it tarry, wait for it, because things are definitely happening, man. Nuclear missiles are being cleaned. They're being positioned. They're being tested because we're in those times. I think I got one more scripture. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble and the strong men shall bow themselves and the grinders cease because they are few and those that look out the windows be darkened. So this place is going to be spiritually dark, because it's going to be nothing but chaos going upon, And it's also going to be literally dark because of the nuclear missiles are going to be letting out soot. So a lot of the light of the moon, the light of the sun, a lot of these things are going to be blocked because the air is going to be so saturated with smoke. It says the keepers of the house shall tremble. Who are the keepers of the house? When the man leaves the house, what does the son say? I'm the man of the house now. So the man is the house. The man is the man of the house. If he's trembling, what do you think his wife is doing, man? It says the strong men shall bow themselves. They're gonna be in the most humble spirit ever. They're gonna be through. The grinders shall cease because there are few. Ain't no work. You ain't gonna be hearing no school buses, firefighter trucks, garbage trucks, the mail trucks, the mail lady, and all these different services that go about, that drive the community, that drive the economy. Because ain't no work, ain't gonna be no point of working. What was going on during the C-19 pandemic? There wasn't no damn work. This shit was dead. But we're about to see it on another level. You're about to see it happen with chaos. You seen the rioting and shit. Now you're about to see guns involved. Now you're going to see bodies taken. You're not going to see businesses destroyed and people stealing shoes. Because in a time of calamity, you don't need no fucking shoes. You're going to need food, water. You're going to need the basic necessities. And you're going to need shelter, man. And people going to go through all measures of what they have to go through to get it. People going to kill for it. People can't even fast out here, man. You think they finna go days and weeks without food? You think they finna wait on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? Come on, man. These people don't know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They don't know the power of our Lord. They're not gonna have no faith. They're not gonna be built up to do so. They're gonna be out here eating people, committing cannibalism. And it's far-fetched to the simple-minded, but the elect understand this, and we already heard this. And, we're just galvanizing our mind and standing in that spirit to always be reminded of so. So with that, Lord, when this lesson's edifying, I can read this last verse, Salakia. Verse 4, the doors shall be shut in the streets. That's right, when the sound of the grinding is low. He shall rise up at the voice of the bird. There ain't gonna be a peep out here, man. COVID-19, damn, I said the damn word. Lord willing, they don't strike my damn video. But when everything was going on, man, you could hear a pin drop, man. people wasn't even playing outside. Everybody, it wasn't even noise being made in your house. Everybody was in their own room, you know, trying not to get sick, you know, trying not to bother nobody. Domestic violence was at an all-time high because everyone's so damn close to each other. They're not even getting a break. You know, motherfuckers getting irritated. This is not even in the worst time of history, man. It's just about to get worse. So we about to see murders on murders, man. And the dollars in music shall be brought low. Hey, these women can't sing. These men can't sing. Hey, music is at an all-time low. Ain't gonna be no joy here. The mirth of the city shall cease. With that, on to the next one. Shalom.